Yes, very good indeed. No one with the wise words for everyone. Anyone can win. And he's absolutely right. They can at any time. Right now, Virtus.pro winning. They lead by 1-0, and they look very good for it so far indeed. We're going to look ahead now to draft number 2, which is just around the corner, and find out whether IGV have got anything left in the tank. They're going to need absolutely everything. Mental strength and a decent draft, you'd imagine, as well, alongside that.
Yeah, I thought the wise words that he said actually were get Dota 2, delete World of Warcraft, and never look back.
I think I heard something about that. Yeah, that seemed to be quite good. He also said he wanted to retire after 2. Do you understand that sentiment? Do you kind of get it?
As a former player who has lost a lot, I can definitely understand that because it's really painful to lose. So I could definitely understand the fact of when you get to your high point of winning, especially like TI, then you definitely don't want to go back to losing in any way.
Yeah. So what drives players to want to do it again? Because there are lots of players still playing now. TI 2 winners, TI 1 winners, still out there searching for another TI because there is that other thing to do right now. No one's won 2, so.
I mean, natural competitive drive. I think a lot of these guys that got into Dota are just interested in, being competitive, and they just want to continue that and
setting records.
Yeah, that and I think right now it's a fantastic career if you're able to play at that high level, and there's a lot of rewards that are available.
But some, like no one, just want to win one and that's it.
I find that hard to understand. Like
it's the Nico Rosberg effect.
If Dota's your jam, it's like it's not your passion. Like you win one, you should want to win more. Like it's like you win a Super Bowl, you want to win a second Super Bowl.
Absolutely, yeah.
You're gonna keep going, and I gotta say a bit surprised here, but I also feel like when he wins a TI, then we'll see if he actually does retire.
Because it might all be a little bit different when it actually happens. Right, draft number 2 is upon us. Bands ahoy! IG Vitality getting rid of Magnus very quickly, and LC it looks like as well.
Do they take the CM? Or do they go for a different kind of approach for VP here? There's a lot of heroes left open, but I thought that their approach for the last game was just very aggressive, and I thought that the way that they played around the Ursa, so I feel like they might go back to something like that. I thought the way they played around the Ursa was just actually impeccable and phenomenal. I thought that it was like everything that they need to do. Super fast tempo game, so I wouldn't be surprised if they took a similar approach in this one.
Yeah, definitely, safe opening pick here and able to kind of give you a lot of different options. Just like a Warlock.
Safe. Yeah, perfectly safe.
It's kind of, I mean, it's a same, like not same concept, but it's a support as well, so they set themselves up for strong lanes, strong team fights already.
I feel like VP is in this mindset where it's let's not repeat our picks over and over again, because then people are going to know we're going to pick and be able to prepare for us. We prioritize CM game 1, we're going to prioritize Warlock game 2, just because we can.
Keep people guessing.
Both the great 5-position supports.
We've heard both Lil and No One now both say that the mistake they made going into Boston and at Boston was playing the full strength all the time and showing everyone what they had. They've not done that this time round, and it's been harder for teams to figure out what they like and what they're doing because they just haven't played anywhere, and when they haven't been practicing for it. So it seems a good thing for them to do is to keep doing that kind of thing until they do get figured out with something.
Until you have, like, you're in that key matchup. Like, if they suddenly have to, get to like a semi-final, and they're versing like EG, or it's like a team that's off secret. Even if they're not one down, like I think like every game they're going to go all out just to get to the finals. That's when I think when the moment's right, when they're far enough in, they're going to go all out every game, of course, with their drafts and their play. And
one thing that is revealed here is they really like the Ursa counter against the Omni Knight.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna see that as at least a pick if teams are gonna start favoring that hero.
I'll say one thing too. I actually do think also that VP may want to go for like maybe this could be like disrespecting IGV a bit, honestly. Like I think it's very good versus the Omni Knight, of course, but I think they also might want to be able to like, close this game out quickly. And Ursa is one of those heroes that snowballs super hard in the game if he has a good laning phase, which he should versus an Omni Knight. Yeah, I feel like that could happen.
We should take into account it is 11:30 right now. It is
late. It is late.
Start. Seems to suit Virtus.pro. They mentioned earlier No One didn't like Boston because they had to start at 9 AM in the morning on the knockout. And they're not a good early morning team, it seems. Maybe they are a good late night team.
Maybe.
But take the small wins that you can get,
Take them all.
They really, the bans that they have too, they're really just like setting it up so Ramses is just like, okay, you're gonna have a good game. We're gonna take out the Slark, who scales super well versus you in the late game, because Slark later on is very good versus Ursa, and Weaver throughout a lot of stages is very good versus Ursa because of his mobility.
What was really interesting about the bans early on too is that a lot of teams are doing the early ban on the roamers. In this case, they haven't done that, and so that that leaves the Ricky, the Monkey King, and even the Earth Spirit open.
Yeah, got a lot of options here, haven't they?
I'm saying they're just not afraid of dogfights, I guess. And well, there's his hero.
Yep, that's one of his.
Good Sand King player for sure. Gives them lockdown to try and help deal with the Ursa to some extent, which I think is something they're definitely looking for out of that 4-position role.
Here are the benefits from Arcane Aura heavily for the roaming aspect. Yeah. Good team fight already for IGV.
I have to say, in July's played an awful lot of Sand King in the offlane though.
I think he'll be on the Omni Knight still.
You would
with
think so, wouldn't you?
The 4-position Sand King. But see how that works out. Omni Knight's just one of those heroes that just struggles if he doesn't have farming items and levels, so you kind of need to play him as a core hero.
And definitely running Omni Knight Crystal Maiden support, your laning is super weak. So, some sort of aggressive tri-lane or something that gets right in there, really going to cause a lot of problems.
And you want your Omni to get, you want him to get levels.
Yep.
You want
I'm not so sure about as you said, I think it is a support. I just wonder whether they might switch some of the roles around. They've been doing that in the groups.
No, that is true. Possibility. VP taking a bit of time, so they're going to be going for IO.
I have one IO game in the groups. I'm trying to recall.
I don't believe so.
No, I don't think so either.
I did against Wings.
Was it?
Okay.
Yeah,
they
you're
did.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Lil played it actually.
Yeah, they really like this pairing. They did it with the Warlock as well, and I think with Ursa, it's a snowball hero as well. It just like snowballs and makes him, just enables him even harder, makes him even like he can get involved anywhere on the map with Relocate. IGV goes for the Spectre, going for some late game.
We're seeing a recurring theme with IGV, these mid-game team fights plus late-game oriented drafts, but they've got to find a way to survive the early game because that's where they got crushed last game. Even when they weren't getting killed, they were behind by massive amounts of net worth on every core hero, while the kill score was like 2-2. So, VP, Centaur.
So that'll be Pashas. Wisp will be Lils. Warlock will be Solos.
I think they're going to do something exactly the same as the last game. I think they're going to run like an aggro type dual lane or tri lane. They're going to put the Ursa in a 1v1 versus the Omni Knight, and they're going to put pressure. IGV already revealed their tri lane, so they already know this is pretty weak. Spectre, CM, Sand King. I don't think that can really contest a Centaur or even an Ursa tri lane if they want to go for something like that. I think that's what IVP is trying to go for here.
So we're just looking for a no-one hero for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, IGV Vitality strategically left their mid pick, I think, for last as well, just to be able to counter out whatever whatever they hopefully can counter out.
They actually take out Alchemist.
I
mean, that was saying, Demon was mentioning how Alchemist used to be great against Spectre. That's a big reason why Spectre's getting played a lot more.
I don't necessarily think Virtus.pro would have taken me out though, would they?
Hard to say.
With them, you never know.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
I think they're going to get more
with your mind.
No. I think they're probably going to get more of like a snowball-oriented hero again. But also, I think they don't want to like go all in, I think, so they probably want to get something that goes for towers. It could even still be like a TA.
Their mid is kind of their most late-game oriented hero.
Yeah.
That's where I think Alk would have been fine for them. And it's still, I'd say Alk kind of is mid-game just because of how fast he farms. If he has a good lane, he comes online in the mid-game very well. Faster than like a Spectre does.
And if you have like a Wisp kind of like running around, he might be like stacking for you and stuff like here and there too.
Yeah, and definitely they're thinking maybe possibly the Aghanim's synergy with Warlock and Centaur. Both of those heroes utilize that item very, very well.
Lots and lots of different options for no one right now.
He's played so many different heroes, it's really hard to just put the finger on what he's going to play this time around. What kind of approach?
Evoker, Storm, Ember's still there, I think.
Yep.
Doesn't know what his lane matchup's going to be, so likely we'll see like one of those kind of strong laning mids that doesn't get too hard countered by anything.
Yeah.
Like even maybe like his classic OD type hero. That's that's probably his most iconic hero.
Even go back for the SF.
Yeah,
it's banned out.
Oh it was banned. Okay.
I
so you're
figured
go
it would be.
TA. Yeah, has been very strong here.
I think it fits super well. It scales very hard. It's their tower hitter. It's strong laner. I think it just touches on all the bases that they needed, or that they needed kind of going into if it gets to the later stages.
So, last pick for IG. They have the 10th. What do they do with it?
They want to get a decent matchup. They could go for the Ember.
Do they want a building hitter, though? Because, like,
yeah, I think they should.
That's the thing. I like the Ember for the matchup, but I'm like, wait a second, that's Ember, Spectre, Omni? Like,
yeah, not really.
Get a hero to repel that can hit buildings, but those are the heroes that may be bad against TA, like an SF. That's not exactly good against TA. What are the heroes you look to repel? Maybe they go for the OD?
Yeah.
Could definitely be an interesting pick there.
I think OD's all right for them. Otherwise, look at the funky heroes, like the Venom mid-type heroes.
It is a Cicada hero as well, so...
Who knows?
She's third most played since 7.0.
Venom is. Go for it.
Sorry, OD.
Oh, OD.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's not
Had we never heard of it?
Okay.
I think there you go.
We'll go for the Ember, which is a little safer.
I think last game they got destroyed so hard in the lane, so I think the idea is they want to try and pick stronger lanes, but I don't think this hero is going to work too well for them in the big picture of things.
Okay, prediction time?
Stick with VP again in game 2.
Yeah, did nothing wrong first game after all, I guess. And good solid draft.
Yeah, draft-wise, it's different. They've mixed it up a little bit, but they've still got strong lanes, strong mid-game, and they've got a clear kind of two-core lineup where one of them hits buildings, the other hits heroes. Easy peasy.
Okay. Comrade?
I think Virtus.pro as well. I don't know how IGV is going to handle with the Wisp pick, and I haven't seen them particularly do very well against it, and I just think no one's just really good, no matter what the matchup is.
Okay.
I'm going to go with VP. I think that the way that they showed and executed, they put it up before I said it, of course. I'm going to go with VP because I think the way that they executed and played around the Ursa in the last game was like nearly impeccable. And now I think with the TA as well on top, they're like securing a Roshan, going for this early type, just ending the game, cruising over IGV.
Okay. As expected, perhaps, the hometown heroes have all been given the support fully by our expert panel. All three of them going for Virtus.pro. And Virtus.pro are going for the quarterfinals. Win this one, they claim a place in the last 8. Let's head over to our commentary team. Toby 1, it's all yours.
Purge game 1. Welcome back, everybody, here for game 2 of VP versus IG. Game 1 was very VP-sided. Game 2, Purge, how does it unfold?
It's going to be a bit interesting. There's an IO in the game. It's got a pretty high win rate. Looks like he's going to start in the jungle. Maybe he's going to get pressured a lot. It's maybe a bit iffy because it's just a Sand King and he didn't go boots first. But there's a lot of different ways this can develop. Like you pointed out in the draft, IGV has a ton of team fight this game with the Spectre, with the Ember Spear, with the Sand King. If they can get the tempo going, it's going to be really good for them. And they've got some really good counters for Templar Assassin as well. The Ember Spirit's got a lot of damage over time. It can shred the refraction charges. So if they get the right heroes in the right place at the right time, could be an upset here.
There's a lot of ifs on that one. At the same time, from game 1, if we want to take anything from that, VP's positioning, VP's timing in the team fights were superb. So IGV will have to step up to a whole new level in order to achieve that. And I'm still worried about their crowd control. That's, for me, like, the team fight can be amazing, but the crowd control, I still question on that one.
And VP's going to have some issues there. Upheaval was a pretty good AoE stun last game, but maybe we'll see enough out of Centaur, perhaps. He's going to eject the Boundary Rune here from Angel. Oh, they're going to get some good damage here.
Yeah, so take Rune, then just try and beat the Omni Knight down.
Yep.
You already had to Purify once.
And Low playing a little greedy. Chose not to go for Tether there for extra harass. He's going to go Spirits most likely to jungling.
VP actually switched their lanes up already, so we have both Ramses as well as Pasha up on the top lane. This because IGV are running an aggro tri-lane with Spec. They have Dogfight's SK, Super's Crystal Maiden, and then Cicada's Spec as this off-lane role. And yeah, here comes the TP. So they're dragging Pasha down.
Okay, so I thought it was going to be soloing, but it's going to be a Warlock plus Centaur. That makes a lot more sense here. Okay. Again, that's the matchup they want. Ursa versus Omni Knight. It's a little scary for Angelai until he gets a lot of mana. He's not going to be able to get lane advantage here.
Do you play the switch? Like, do you actually? Well, then again, what do you want to do? You want to put a Spectre up against an Ursa? That doesn't seem to be a good matchup for IGV, no matter how you roll it.
It's good if you have a tri-lane. If you don't have a tri-lane, not a good thing. But it all comes down to where the supports are. Hypothetically, if the supports rotated at the top lane, that would work too. Except for the fact that Spectre will get more pressured by Centaur War Runner. But not the best thing for IGV here, but I think the Omni did okay last game considering the fact that he's up against Ursa. And we'll probably just see them stick 1v1 like it was last time. The difference this game, though, is there's no Riki. Riki can't delay the jungle heroes. It's basically just Lil going to power farm here, get some levels, and eventually start contributing to lanes. And the interesting thing about this is that he's just AFK farming. Every other IO that I've seen so far this tournament, they actually do move around, try to help their lanes, get some good trades in. This guy's just going to try to get levels and then do that.
Well, there's always been a jungle invasion here. As you said, like there's always that Invis hero, there's an Earth Spirit to roam around. This game, you've got a Crystal Maiden and a Sand King. Like, Sand King is having his work cut out from just battling against Warlock to control the 2-minute rune. Like, this is the biggest fight IGV are going to get from their supports.
For now, at least.
For now.
I mean,
and then Lil's going to have fun on the mid. That is actually an invisible IO, no matter what you may think it is.
Okay. Is he going to...
Oh, wait. No, he doesn't actually get this courier, does he?
Definitely.
He's actually going to get the courier. The invisible ball of light has managed to slap him down with his ethereal tangles. Dogfight wants a little bit, but he can't get jacked because there's your tether away. And Lil does the damage of a Ricky while taking the farm of anyone. I don't want to say Enigma.
Jungle Legion Commander? Is that what you're talking about?
Jungle Legion? Yeah.
Gotta watch out.
We can go with that.
That's a great gank, though. Really, really unlucky for IGV, though. I mean, it's one of those runes that just can change the game so much if you get it in the right position. But really helped as well. They don't have a roaming hero. Who's going to expect an IO looking for a courier in that kind of position?
No. And it's just the action rune, too. The fact you managed to get an invis at 2 minutes, and you can maybe put that down to the vision game.
Or Gaben.
Or Gaben. Well, yeah. I don't know what they did to get the love of Gaben. No one wants to get the first blood into Paparazzi. This is what he's worried about. The miss uphill. It may be enough. Here goes another attack, but no one. He'll connect with this one. And Paparazzi will fall. It's been a hard time for him in mid. Note that he is back in the mid again. And no one is probably regretting or making him regret that decision.
It's very interesting for Lil to be this active. Like, he got 1 level in the jungle, bought an Iron Talent, and now he's just moving around getting stuff done. But this is really the time period where he needs to, because Ember is such a good matchup versus TA. He might die here. He's almost for sure
under the
dead.
tower with a Fairy Fire. Paparazzi's coming in deep, and now in comes Lil! The refreshing's up! He's going to survive for a little bit, but it gives Lil now level 3 3/4.
But that was a huge kill by Ember Spirit here. He almost hit level 5 with that one, so absolutely needed to get that one. Secures it just barely. Lil obviously getting levels, but ultimately IGV is gonna, if it went the other way, that was just like early game is ruined mid.
Yep. It's actually so lucky that the Ember Spirit counters TA's defensive refraction charges, because if that was probably any other hero, the Templar or Assassin, when that refraction came up, would have survived.
Yep. The benefit of the last pick, get those kind of matchup advantages. So fast level 6 is the big thing for Ember Spirit this game, most likely, just because it'll really help set up kills for the Spectre.
Well, this is actually really nice for mid. Oh wait, Super didn't go for it. I thought with the Observer Ward down, he would have just gone in for the Frostbite.
Gotta wait for the better moment, probably, especially because Sand King's also rotating over. He's a little low on HP. This could turn bad, but between Frostbite and Flame Guard, they can definitely kill the TA here. But they're gonna play safe for now.
SK's actually headed up towards the top lane. That's where Lil is with Ramses going after In July. They go for the tether slow, then the body block of Lil In July.
So
he just can't walk away. And Lil ensures that Ramses gets the kill. Phase boots up, PMS as well. They can't even return the damage output they want to do.
That's what's so scary about these bad lane matchups. All it takes is an IO, tether, as well as body block, and you kill a hero. That's insane.
Yep.
Makes your gank so easily. A lot of the other matches we've watched, it's been like, oh, you need to gank this Weaver when you have no disables. That's tough stuff. So VP, the draft is really helping them a lot in this game.
This is nice for Super, and dogfights know if they walk down this hillside, they're going to be in trouble. Because Lil's going to see him and then just back out. Then you got double creeps. The Burrow Strike actually connects. It's level 2, but then the tether down to the lane. Lil will survive on 56 HP.
They miscoordinated. They changed ideas there. Super used Frostbite on a neutral creep while Dogfights went for the kill. He did get the Burrow Strike. He had Tranquils. Lil does not have boots. That's why he caught him, but Super wasting his skill, not communicating properly, and that cost them.
Dogfight's coming again. All right, so if at first you don't succeed, try a second time and don't screw up. That's the plan here for IGV. Moving forward, Dogfights, look for that Burrow Strike. Now he'll back up a little bit.
They won't see it unless the balls actually hit them.
Here comes Paparazzi. Okay. Spirit forward, that'll work. The Burrow Strike will hold him there with a Frostbite, and Paparazzi is the man to get the kill. So this time it works with a friend to hold the hand.
Okay, well, that was a lot of time spent to kill one little ball of light, but I mean, a kill's a kill. It's off the map a bit, won't level quite as fast. could be worse for them. Either way, In July still having some trouble. That's actually not true. This guy's got 31 last hits. That's actually amazing in this lane, I must say.
Yeah, he actually picked up a lot. I suppose, like, what's Ursa going to do against him? Like, you want to run at him with just a PMS, you're going to get purified down.
But he doesn't have that much mana, so he should be able to definitely pressure him, but he's got to play a little safe as well. I mean, part of the problem is in moments like the last 30 seconds, they don't really know where the CM and the Sand King are. And if they show up at the Ancients and gank the IO and fail, where do you think they're going to go next? With the Ursa right there, that'd be the best target. It's nearby. So maybe they can get a kill here. This is going to be...
Oh, Burrow Strike. It hits nicely. It's actually stopping Ursa from attacking straight away. But now with Enrage, Ramses looks like he wants to commit into the fight. And In July is slowing him down. Crystal Maiden's making her way over, so Super in from the east, scouted out by the fresh Observer Ward, planted down by Lil.
The lane we've neglected, the safe lane, Centaur Warrunner, going to hit 6 right now. And Warlock 4, so they're doing all right. Spectres got pretty good. There's actually so many last hits.
Stamping forward, they're going after the Spectre. With Ramses here, it's 3 swipes to the paws.
Great rotation. So easy to get that kill as well with the Stampede.
And then the time to change up. Like, it's so fluid, the movement of Virtus.pro. Move down to bottom lane. You want the Ursa now to get his Blink Dagger farm, Vladimir's farm, and then you push Pasha, very tanky, up to the top lane.
It's the perfect moment. And they get a kill out of it. It just saves them so much time.
They're coming for it now. Pasha under the tower. In July wants to commit. Dogfights. Goes for the Burrow Strike. Purification's not coming out from In July. He's holding on to it. Yep, it's still fine. It's fine.
No,
it's fine. It's fine.
That is not okay.
Oh, okay, not so fine.
That is a dead hero that did not need to die. It's only gold, of course, but that's gold lost. That's a later Magic Wand. That's a later Blink Dagger. All of that stuff is mattering. That's 2 pretty huge mistakes for a pro player here at a major. That's got to be some stress.
Oh, it's been either a long day or it's going to be a very long night. Either way, Purification on self. Hard to live down. Paparazzi, no one, strikes him with the melt underneath the tier 1 tower. And he's very happy just to push him back. No one feeling very comfortable here. Still 2 more bottle charges up his sleeve. He's already got his treads completed and is already like staring down. Not even looking for the Blink Dagger. Oh, Paparazzi. Oh. Misses the Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains him with a TA trap. He gets hit by the side blade damage. No one's got the haste and Lil will come in too. Paparazzi. He'll miss his abilities, and no one with Defensive Refraction charges up still felt confident enough to go for it. The upheaval slowed up dogfights. Lil can't get close enough to really go in. In fact, he's going to relocate back out again.
The Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains was missed because Templar Assassin used Meld at the perfect time. Another kill. They're just... Everybody is getting kills this game on VP.
That's what's happening right now. This is just style. Like, you relocate back up to the top. Pasha's like, okay, let's go. We'll see if we can find somebody stuck in the mud. And yeah, they found it. Now top lane, Paparazzi.
He
trying
really
to
wants this kill.
Solo out of this lane, if it's possible, and it should be. Looking for a last little bit double edge. But Paparazzi, that's his 3rd kill of the game to match his 3 deaths.
Cost him a little bit more Fire Remnant than he wanted to, but ultimately does secure the kill. That was a lot of gold. 443 for that solo. That's because they are losing right now. And Sakata just scrambling to finish his basic items at 10 minutes here.
His net worth is currently below the IO. He's 100 below the IO at 2.6k. While the number 1 on the board at 5.1k is that Templar Assassin, who is now 1 Mithril Hammer away from having Desolator.
Yeah, they might finish their urns at the same time. Bad sign. Not a good sign. And even no one is getting insanely farmed here. It's about 1,300 gold from his Desolator. And when that comes out, everything dies really fast. That means rapid Roshans. That means killing Ancients very safely, very fast. This just might be like last game where he has way more farm than everybody else.
Can you not catch a break? They just smoked underneath the Radiant Observer Ward looking for a kill, and what they probably would have wanted is the Ursa, who's 200 gold away from having his Vlads. But then Ramses sees it, TPs to the top lane, now finds a space to pick up his Vlads and even brings him closer to Roshan.
They know exactly where these guys are. Scan goes down the one place that they're a little vulnerable to. Nobody else is nearby.
Solo's walking into it. actually broke it on Dogfights. So Dogfights is revealed. The TA trap, Pasha, ready to fight. Stampede is available. Dogfights, one Mel Strike, but it's the Rock. Connects perfectly on IGV. Sideblade the damage down if you want to. In July, has to trigger off his Guardian Angel. Lil relocates up, so at least he buys a fraction of a second to survive. But no one in Pasha, no one waits under the Mel Strike. Hits into one, but the Burrow Strike from Dogfights. It creates a little bit more space. Pasha has to hoof stomp, but he's dropping down quickly too. Paparazzi, he's finding the damage, and he's going to look for if he can, all 4 kills. He's got a little bit of help around him. In fact, so much help around him. In July will take the kill. And this is 4 heroes lost from VP. Even though their Rock looked bloody good, it wasn't good enough.
A little too overconfident there by VP.
Consolation prize.
They move in on the opponents, but the Haunt and the Burrow Strikes, the Burrow Strike from Dogfights to start the fight off was so good. Got the TA, I believe, hit somebody else on the backline. I'd love to see a replay.
Let's have a quick look again.
I think he hits up Centaur as well with his Burrow Strike, catching, doesn't barely. Jumps right through. They actually don't go for Dogfights. They really wanted to clean up the Omni and prevent that from happening, which makes it really hard to kill heroes. And in the meantime, Sakata's in the backline. Io got killed. At this point, Solo's like, can I help maybe? I really wish he would have saved his Meld Strike for the Sand King on the backline as well, rather than trying to kill the Ember. I mean, maybe if they have a fountain there or a shrine, they maybe could have won that fight, but no one's laughing a little bit. Oh, whoops, we got a little overconfident, guys, and that delays the Deso and gets IGV back in the game in a big way.
Yeah, but IGV still have the other big problem, the fact that VP have a great Roshan lineup. This is a small opening when Solo's caught out, but Paparazzi, Haystroon running to the pit. Roshan's still only at 2/3 of his life, so he's not within kill range just yet. But here we go again. Pasha jumping in. They've got enough damage to kill the SK. No Dogfights. He gets up inside the Sandstorm. The attack from no one will still bring him down. And IGV want to get out of here. Still no Haunt, but they've delayed the Roshan. Ramses goes back into the pit. He wants this. Paparazzi, do you have the confidence? The upheaval's making it difficult for IGV to play the eastern side of the pit. Roshan's low. Here comes the Spirit jumping forward. They got 2 in there with the Purification damage. Paparazzi, he's almost gone. Roshan killed by the dive, but the Aegis Immortal's been snatched by Ramses. He'll come back to the world of living right now. No Blink Dagger to get up on the top of the pit. But IGV at least avoid the issue of having a second life on the Ursa for the next couple of minutes.
How do they even do this? They don't even have Warlock ulti, and yeah, we'll just walk into Roche, we'll hit our opponents, we'll win the fight, get the kills. That was insane. Very big snatch from Ursa. They didn't get the Roche gold, but I mean, they won that fight pretty convincingly.
Pasha actually got the extra cash from this too, so he's looking towards his 4-star. He's the man that ended the 4-time streak of Paparazzi.
That's going to be huge. Extra mobility, because there's very limited disable from IGV. We're basically talking like Searing Chains, Burrow Strike, that's it. So if they get a 4-staff and they can save crucial heroes like TA to reinitiate, jump on the heroes that are important, like 1-2 shot CM, maybe kill the Ember if he's out of position, that's the crucial movements in the game. And Io on the backline, he's having some trouble keeping alive. Like he's the one that IGV are routinely going to jump on, mostly from like Spectre Ember.
It's going to be a lot easier for them too once Paparazzi has his Blink Dagger, but he doesn't have it just yet, so he's going to veil up no one. Try and bring down the lane quickly. Oh, wow, Dogfight took so much damage. He'll still be purified with the Rock. It connects over on 3. Stampede forward super. Evaporates into the middle of the air. Paparazzi back behind the tower. The GA is going to wear off in a second. Pasha with the purification on him. But no, Dogfight! A huge stun underneath the tower. The relocate pulls them down to the south, so Ursa is gone, and Solo is soloed in the mid lane. Nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide. A golem for extra cash. And IGV, successful defense.
This game feels so different than the previous one. It's almost the same heroes on VP's side, but they just don't have the same damage output. The Omni Knight is actually changing almost every single team fight, and all it's really taking is a Purify, maybe a little bit of degen, or the Ursa's just not able to catch up to the same heroes. They're
and what's going to happen once he has the mech? It's coming out in just a bit.
It's got to be them going on the Omni Knight first. They've got Warlock Golem. It's useful, but it's not a long disable. It's like interrupting the team fight. It's not letting IGV do exactly what they want, but most of the team fights start with Searing Chains into a Sand King Burrow Strike at the same time as a Rock, which is kind of just equalizing it.
It's still amazing that Dogfights is lining up so many people without even having his Blink Dagger just yet.
Yeah,
like he's just got the slight increase of movement speed, but his stun timing, if you've got this guy in your fantasy team and stuns at like plus 20%, they're doing pretty good this game.
Yeah. It's a very, very dangerous pick, though. It's like, oh, I'll just pick IGV against
the team
top
who's
two.
second in the group stage. Yeah.
I think there's gonna be very few with that circumstance that you mentioned.
You have to live life on the edge if you're going to win fantasy points.
Not that on the edge. You don't have to jump off the cliff before you're sure you're tight in. DD picked up for Ember Spear. That could make a difference here. Sleight of Fist only level 2 though.
But he still has that blink dagger. That's what he got from having that fight. The extra money just flows in. And it won't be that same issue of what he had before, where he had to walk in, use the Sleight of Fist, do a little bit of damage, like Blink, Searing Chain, Spirit out. This becomes more of an option.
And he aims for the TA every single time. Disable her, break the refraction charges, let his team follow up.
I still can't believe how much damage, like in July, being so close, able to get Purification. Like I think in that mid-fight, like it happened twice, he got the perfect Purifications off.
Yeah, it's like all melee heroes. Makes a lot of sense. Centaur, TA, Ursa, always going to be up close. Ursa is building a Diffusal Blade. That will definitely help them out.
IGV are hunting bottom. They got 3 heroes smoked up. Dogfights have been sitting in the tree line for a very long time, and now he's going to come out to push down the wave. So no Blink Dagger on him. He went straight for the Desolator, so there's no extra maneuverability, but Lil does have Relocate Save available. And they are underneath that tower. And now Spectre Haunt, it reveals them. Can't jump away, Spirit Jump forward. They really want to kill off Io. Lil cannot bring no one to the safe zone. Even Epicenter committed. IG Vitality through the kitchen sink at those 2 heroes.
And VP was expecting a very similar rollover as the previous game, but it's just not the same when you're so hard countered with your pick. They chose to go for the Templar Assassin here, but that Ember Spirit pick just completely countered it. And ever since they lost that fight in the Radiant jungle that they thought they would win, it's just been downhill. And the Spectre Haunt spots out the IO. They're able to follow up with probably that was Searing Chains to interrupt the relocate.
Yep.
And now they're just looking in a really bad spot. The networks are still good for VP though. TA's ahead, but Blink's going to help. But he needs a BKB big time.
They're waiting for someone to come and defend this mid-tier 1 tower. Ramsey going to show himself. Sleight of Fist and Searing Chains. Paparazzi connects his target. It's just holding up Ramses. But the bigger thing is Pasha. Dogfights, well, he would have seen him for a second. Pasha was just sitting on top of the shrine. As Solo baits Rock. That ain't coming down now.
Yeah. That's a cool try. Maybe he jumps back and wastes a Remnant there. And it sounds cool.
A lot of damage on the tower. No fortification available for IGV now as they burn it. They have to wait just a second, but they're too far away. Oh, Paparazzi? Nope, he still tries it. Going for the denial. But they're happy for this. Okay, you lose a tier 1 tower in mid, but I'm looking at their more critical hero and what he's got in his quick buy. The Spec has currently a Radiance looking to buy it up, still trying to play catch up, but got space to farm just a little bit more.
Yeah, that'll make a difference. 3,300 gold for that. Once he does get Radiance, then it's just even more worse for TA, for Ursa, for Centaur, for Io. All of these heroes do not want to take lots of ticks. Is that an Epi? No, it's a dagger. Okay, sound very similar, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Like Epicenter? Not yet. But yeah, Centaur wants to blink, Ursa wants to blink, Io wants to use Urn, Bottle to regen, and he's going to be interrupted. And TA, Refraction charges blink, same kind of thing. Radiance is really good this game, actually.
How does the fight play out, though, once this Centaur finishes up an Aghanim Scepter?
It changes it a little bit. It'll really help them negate some of those bad circumstances, like an Epicenter hitting 3 heroes. But it's only 40% damage reduction. It's amazing. It's not everything, though.
Well, here comes Ramses on the hunt. Already starts off with the overpower Paparazzi, and he doesn't Sleight of Fist in time. They destroy him. The Mel Strike hit perfectly. Now Injuly on the run. Pasha trying to body block him up, and Injuly, he knows he's dead. He'll actually trigger his Guardian Angel to get back behind the tower. Mega still available, plus the Purification. Dogfight! In for the double stun, catching both Solo as well as no one. They go in deep. The Rock will drop. Super caught out. It's all the Ursa on the back line, looking for that kill on the Super if it's possible, but no one. He will capitalize on it. Blinking forward, taking the kill. And Virtus.pro will turn this into momentum and maybe even another kill. They find this back. He's trying to play the cliff, but the dagger runs out. Pasha will get the stun. And Ramses will take the kill, and they got more. Dogfight sitting in the mid. Where's your detection? You've got balls. You've got clap. You've got storm. You've got Dogfights running up the hill underneath the observer. Solid doesn't even miss.
No, that was a little. That's a little kill, dude.
Oh, it was.
More farm for the IO. What an amazing fight. I mean, so much of that all depended on whether or not Centaur was able to land the stun on the Ember Spirit, but he did not see in time, gets disabled, instantly killed, and mobility is definitely a huge advantage that VP was able to exploit there. I don't think they needed to have that many heroes get picked off, Spectre especially, but did he even get his Relic? He does have his relic, but that's it. Nothing past that. Radiance delayed, tier 2 tower mid gone, and even more map control for VP. They're back on the right train now, because Roche is coming up soon. That's the next goal. Then continue to take team fights, get a BKB on no one, so he's not so countered by Radiance and things. He's almost there already.
And you talk about that trend, you can see it in the graphs. It was actually IG Vitality who held the advantage in both gold as well as experience, but it just skyrockets up in the net worth as well as in that experience graph. The XP graph actually swings even harder. 7,000 approaching 8,000 swing from just that, like the last couple of engagements.
And that was basically a 5-for-0. I don't think anybody on VP died, right?
Not that I remember.
The Omni goes down. Ember goes down. CM got killed almost instantly after that. And somehow Dogfights was still there too. Hiding in Sandstorm.
Well, IGV will try and make the most out of this timing they've got. So it's 51 seconds before the Chaotic Offering is back up again. So they're trying to force in the tier 1 tower, create a little bit of space. But VP have the same thing on their mind. Staring down bottom lane, Pasha is already, well, he's going top lane. So maybe they don't find the fight they're searching for on bottom.
He definitely could have gone for that if he wanted to, but IGV has decent resources with Greaves, with Repel, things like that.
VP also didn't have the greatest vision ever. Like, they got one Observe Ward on the Dire side of the river, and it's the one that was looking up the hill next to the Dire Shrine. Yeah,
that's true. They have to be a little careful about how they initiate, and that's how VP's going to play for now. Split pushing continues. Mid tower is going to take a lot of damage right now, actually. And VP, like you said, they don't really look like they feel safe right now. Well, in the mid tower take a lot of damage. This would be like the perfect time to jump on whoever defends. And that's why they let Ursa go first. Actually, they let this get below deny range now so that they can reduce the amount of gold given to IGV.
IGV, they are almost all sitting underneath that Radiant Vision. The CM is visible, Omni and Ember, and they know the SK's nearby, so there's no way Virtus.pro get caught out by this. But you know what it's all about. It's all about Roshan. It's all about waiting for almost maximum spawn time.
And no one TP'd over. It's time to fight if they can, but they got to get some vision first.
Radiance is done. Critical thing. 23-minute mark. Just there's still a while before Roshan's going to be up, and you'll still have the spec able to farm a little bit longer. Oh wow, really?
It's kind of bad vision for both sides. This looks like it favors IGV though. No, same wards.
Paparazzi so close. In they jump. They both break their smokes and then turn tail. Stay on your side of the river where it's safe.
I'll see if they dewarded, but it's pretty amazing.
That's if they saw it. Yeah, here goes your sentry. Oh, it's just out of range.
No. That's a little tough for IGV. That Observer Ward was a huge advantage for them, but as soon as it got matched, and that's actually the only Observer Ward, I believe, on the Radiant team right now.
They have...
There's none on inventory. There might be one on the base, perhaps, but...
They have 2 obs down right now for VP, that's all.
The one in the back by the shrine is decent. It will spot some movement, but the initiation vision is the more important one. They've got traps, I guess. That's what they got going for them. They know Roche is not up. They have some vision on the other side where their opponents are likely standing. But that's it. And IGV does a very careful check here.
IGV have to be wondering, like, how long until Roshan's up? Because you've now hit max spawn time.
They just spotted it, actually. I think he was still in there.
He got out while the vision wasn't there. So, yeah, they don't 100% know. But you've hit max spawn time. So if they watch the clock, they know he's up.
I mean, they should... Oh, they've got Centaur eggs now, too. He's a little bit low. They got to be a little careful about vision right now because if IGV feels like it's time to go, Centaur's not going to be there in time. Picking up the Ags, healing in base. No one has to be careful as well. Could get initiated on. They don't have good disables, though.
And you can't even have dogfights there. Like, he's the only jumper. Like, next to the Ember Spirit, but you don't want to put him on the front lines initiating onto a Templar Assassin.
Especially not when she has a BKB, that's for sure.
Still can't believe all of these. Like, you can count the Dire Sentry wards around the pit, and the fact they haven't found that, the 2 obs. It's just... That's sad if you're IGV.
Yeah, that could really matter at some point. If they think there's no vision, well, that's why you place the wards in spots like that. So many wards and counter wards around the Roche area are very predictable. Teams nail them all the time, but this one placed just south enough, spots all of the low ground, spots a lot of the river vision, but far enough away from the common ward spots. It's fun to see warding strategy develop like that.
20 seconds until that ward on the shrine is going to time out.
Ooh, TA wants to one-shot somebody. Double meld strike.
Wait for it.
It's a Dota 1 trick right here.
Wait for it.
He sees the CM. That's the food.
Oh, the sentry ward! Oh. It actually went down! They found no one. Stampede has to be triggered. Paparazzi spirits away. And they get the BKB. That's the 10-second BKB of no one burnt. And that's while Roshan is up and now Stampede is down.
That's so big.
And they're relocating. Oh, they know he's coming back. Lil's going to be there. The rock was faked out by Solo, but here goes your horn. Solo's on the run. Where's your primary target? VP are back under the tier 1 tower plus shrine. So IG Vitality will not offer them a fight, but they did burn their big ultimate. They burned the Haunt.
They really wanted that IO kill because they would have felt so much more comfortable going for Roche, but using the Haunt, it just eliminates all that advantage they just got from the BKB usage.
So they can't even just jump inside the pit and take it. They know they don't even want it. Like, it's not a favorable thing to do that. Paparazzi, be careful. He was trying to go on top of Solo, but right now Solo, he's all bass drum. No crescendo just yet.
All right. One Remnant forced out. Just doing a little bit of pressure like that is definitely effective if you can. And he's got Diffusal Blade as well, actually. Every single hit is 50 mana. That's massive.
Here goes Ramses. Oh, that Observer Ward. That's a good one for IGV to get rid of. Right on top of the Ancients. That was the last 10 seconds of the Sentry War that IGV had there. But it allows dogfights to stay very close. They Spectral Dagger in, and this is your time. Is Epicenter and jump. They have to go now if they're going to go at all. Roshan is so low. Paparazzi, he put the heal actually up on him. The jump in. Roshan is actually killed off by VP. Rock will drop a catch out dogfights. Jump back further forward, and you're going to find the Omni Knight down. A huge hero to take him, maybe more. Paparazzi, super the TP, the damage. You don't kill him, but you still get the big one. You got Paparazzi, the double kill out for Ramses.
That little pressure on the Ember made all the difference. Hit him 3 times, something like that, draining up his mana. He doesn't feel like fighting. Throws a Remnant down, he TP's back to base, and by the time he's back again, VP's about ready to finish Roche. They were just waiting for one overpower to clean it up, and they get it easily. They get the Roche kill, they take the Aegis, and they get a bunch of kills.
And isn't this a very familiar situation? IGV with heroes that do not have buyback, while Virtus.pro barreled down the mid, looking for a Raxing. Dogfight still has his Epicenter, so if he wants to use it to delay this fight, he potentially can. But you still have Lil with a lot of heal. Solo doesn't have his rock. Pasha's down for his ulti, so they just accept the tier 3 tower and back out to the shrines. Dogfights is moving forward. Haunt is up. So if Ember Spirit wants to TP out to the shrine and they take a fight, it's possible, but very risky. And they're not even going to attempt that. VP have scattered to the wind.
Consistently playing safe. We've seen a lot of BKBs so far from no one, relatively, but
oh boy,
consistently, just don't make mistakes. That's VP's game plan here. Do the pressure correctly.
IO now has a pipe. Like, does SK even really affect this team fight anymore?
He does, but Pipe is definitely going to make a big difference. The other thing Pipe's going to be amazing for, actually, is keeping IO alive against Radiance and against Ember Spirit going for him. I mean, the SK ulti, I even see that as like a side thing right now. It doesn't even feel like a big deal, but when Spectre press Haunt, you get scared. When Ember jumps on the back line, you get scared. But now the Pipe gives IO tons of survivability on top of overcharge, on top of healing up his allies a little bit more.
IGV rinsing and repeating. Okay, fight goes badly, sure. Push down a lane. You got just under a minute before Chaotic Offering is back up again.
Oh, one shot. Oh, just killed that SK. Just a Blink Orchid, 3-shot, 4-shot kind of thing.
Can't even jump away when that's there.
And that's a big reveal, really, because Sand King does not expect to die in this lineup unless Centaur disables him first. So, dead hero, 34 seconds. They're going back mid.
Yeah, why not? You still have the Aegis, the Immortal on the Ursa. You've got that second life on a hero that just wants to walk in and start pounding on the racks.
He's not dead for very long, though, so I think they're just going to use this to control the map a little. Shrining? Anti-shrining?
Anti-shrining. What else do you call that? Shrine destruction?
Shrine death? Death shrine? Something like that. That's one less shrine on the map. And now, how the hell are these guys going to even control Roche? Like, 2 already go to VP. The 3rd, plus Cheese, very likely to go their way. They're going to relocate on bottom.
Oh, if they can get the kill, it's going to be huge. Spectra, hard to get through the tree line. Dagger was on cooldown. That's why he couldn't just go up and through the trees. Allowing VP to keep up, and that's now a minute on the sideline. Buyback available, but you do not want to have to spend that. Not on him, not on your one position.
That right there is the forgetting about how IO pressures the map kind of thing. Like, you cannot just solo push towers like that as Spectre. Most lineups you can, but against an IO, it's so dangerous. All it takes is one stun and you die.
Maybe he was hoping that VP would think it was a bait, but thanks to the Observer Ward that's sitting in mid lane, they knew exactly where the rest of IGV were, and thanks to the lane pushing through the top, now they go in through the mid. Really, Bloodthorn is actually done now 30 minutes in. You do not want to get caught by that. No one goes in. Crystal Maiden, what did she ever do to you? Instantly destroyed. Crystal Maiden, it is not her day, and Paparazzi tries to delay it. Dogfights, is this your time to commit? He's not visible, he's inside the fog of war. You've lost your mid-racks. You really only defend now if it's worth holding on to your second. And it will be. VP, they're going to play safe. Ember Spirit misses the Searing Chains. He needed that on no one to cause any kind of possibility for a fight. As Spec came back up, she had Horn, she could have jumped, but the opportunity goes begging.
It was not the first Searing Chains he's missed. Don't think it matters a whole lot, though. Those racks were pretty much falling no matter what. With the Shrines going and a racks going, it's starting to look almost identical to Game 1, with the exception of the, they were winning for a little bit there, kind of. And they just keep getting further and further ahead. Ursa's got a 10-second BKB. He's level 20. Pretty much everything just keeps going VP's way.
If you want to see them ahead, all you got to do is look at the graphs. You've hit 15,000 for both experience as well as gold. Virtus.pro, they're rolling in the dough.
Ooh, Basher up on Ursa. This is one of the best ways to kill an Ember Spirit.
They're looking for him. Paparazzi slides a fist in the tree line, and then nope. That defensive Spirit was back almost at his tier 4 towers.
The only safe place, Fountain.
All right, so there goes the Aegis. They don't have that anymore. 3 minutes 28. So as far as the spawn timing goes, this one's going to be a lot quicker than the others. VP are ready to fight. A full Crimson Guard is now completed on Pasha, all in one big go.
Yeah.
Not to mention Templar Assassin sitting on another 3.8k. On jump. Io, the rock is going to fall, will create enough space. Lil, they do actually bring him down. The rooting on Pasha. He can't just run away. Super's ulti has actually done so much work with the side effects from Paparazzi. Centaur's help there, but Ramses gets the bash onto the Ember Spirit. He'll find himself a double kill. IGV, it looked like potentially it was a good initiation, but now they're going to lose almost everything. Spec is the only one able to TP away. Just shows you how far VP is ahead.
Yeah. It was a pretty good fight. The big mistake, though, is unfortunately they didn't disable the Warlock at the start. If they picked him off at the beginning, in addition to the IO, maybe they won that fight. But Rock comes down, Upheaval buys them some very, very precious seconds, and even the Centaur, who got ultra low, was able to live. But VP's itemizing so well this game. This team does not buy Midases. They're like, hey, why don't we just play normal, don't make any mistakes, and then we don't have to worry about this whole, we can't end the game problem that a lot of teams are having.
They're finding the money, but they're finding the money in the best possible source. It's the death of IGV.
Exactly.
That's how they find the cash. That's the reason why they afforded 2 pipes instead of just 1.
And the
on
Crimson
top
Guard.
of the Crimson Guard.
And the Vlads. All the items that make their team better. And the BKBs on the crucial heroes.
Yep. All right, Dogfights, this is it or nothing, man. You kind of have to do something when Ember spawns up in 5 seconds. If you lose a second lane of racks, it's all going to end the same way. Oh, that damage output. They have to trigger the Shrine to stay alive. Observers and sentries are down, so nowhere to hide. Sentry down by Super's going to reveal it, but now he loses that one quickly too. He's got one more left alive, and they pinged it. They actually know exactly where Dogfights is. He'll Burrow Strike Ramses down, but no one's the man. Just doing it solo. And he looks for the melee racks. Blink over, Paparazzi back in. The BKB, Dogfights actually not getting out of the tree lines. He let his epicenter go, but basically hugged the tree for dear life. Blink and Burrow Strike. He catches out to the Centaur Stampede, negating off the damage. Paparazzi has to actually spirit himself back to safety, but the Spec doesn't have the same option. She'll fall, so will the Sand King. And this really, it could be so far deep inside that bag. The VP can't lose it. They want to keep fighting. Front lines, nope, the relocate. They go all the way home, but this means the VP must stick around. Either that close enough for the tether. No, they are bringing no one back in again. Yeah. They want to fight this. They want to end this. They want to go through into the corners. No one waits. Forced up and forward. Super 2 hits. Not enough to kill him. But Paparazzi will die, and there is GG. Well played. Virtus.pro clean sweep against Invictus Gaming.
Oh man, they had some lost team fights, but boy did they look insanely good. So few mistakes, great strategies, good lane matchups, awesome rotations. This team looks really, really good right now.
And I would not want to face him in the next round. Just to put it very, very nicely. Virtus.pro, it looks smooth. It doesn't look forced. We worried about what would actually happen with Boston Major. You could look back to those times. What happened when they pick up at the Doombringer? They fell apart on the main stage. Right now, it's not just the one draft that no one knows how to counter. It's just superior team play and a fantastically well-oiled machine.
I don't think anyone is ever going to open on me versus VP ever again.
No.
I couldn't believe they did it game 2 as well. It seemed like they knew exactly what they wanted with the Ursa. and they fit all of their heroes in hit together so well. All the perfect items. They got the map pressure done. I don't know, just they seem like they have the game figured out. It almost feels like every other team is trying to learn a new version of Dota with Midas's, and VP's like, why don't we just play regular Dota, guys?
Well, it begs the question, what happens when VP faces up against another team that actually doesn't look for the Midas, doesn't look for the later, more delayed game?
We'll see regular stuff again. It's not just the Midas, of course, but they don't make mistakes.
Man, they look infallible. Will it continue? Will the run keep going? Panel, is this the team that wins the major?
That is the question, Toby. Thank you very much for the commentary. Great as usual with yourself and Purge in our final series of the night. And Virtus.pro have wrapped it up 2-0. They are now 8-1 here at the Kiev Major, showing all sorts of championship form. Let's break it down with our panel once more. Gods, let's start with you. Not quite as flawless as the first game. There were a few sloppy bits and pieces in there, but it didn't really matter in the end because Vitality were not good today.
Yeah, VP have definitely impressed me, but that's not the game I'd show to anyone. Be like, yeah, look at VP, they're going to win this major. I think they are a team at the level, probably maybe in a group of 3 or 4, get like, yeah, these are teams with good chances to win the major, but I think it was kind of just going through the motions there more than anything. IGV didn't really look like they were all on the same page. I mean, they're going back to the role swap thing with Sakata and Paparazzi. Seemed like VP strat was pretty much, let's put Ursa in the Roshan pit and wait for IGV to come to us and do some sloppy fight, and then we drop rock and win. You know, it just felt like VP didn't have to do much to win that game. To be honest.
And what we have seen though from them, Conrad, has been impressive so far at this tournament, isn't it? 8-1 right now, and it seems relatively easy for them. I want to say.
I mean, you can't argue with the results.
Yeah.
Those guys have been playing out of their minds in this past couple of days. I'm very excited to see them come into the next round against VGJ. Obviously, another team that
opens with Omni Knight.
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah. David just mentioned it off the air, and I was just like, oh no, not again. and they really like that hero. I mean, Ramsey's clearly showed this game he knows how to play that Ursa extremely well.
Yep, certainly sorted that one out, and they fogged. No problem on that score. Have they got any weaknesses that you identified in these two games that you feel like maybe another team can exploit?
Overcockiness.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The only thing that can really catch it. But they don't even seem that cocky at the moment either. Sort of learnt their lesson by getting burned a bit at Boston.
Yeah, I think at least in that game, it just seemed like they were like really trying. I mean, it is late. That is probably putting a bit of a factor. It looked like they were, looked like a bit of a fun, a little bit of some sloppy plays. Yep, I think they were trying to maybe appeal to the crowd a bit too, but. Yeah. Yeah, I think they play super well around the Ursa. I think it was super commanding. I was kind of surprised IGV did the same kind of opener versus it, and yeah, they just kind of played a similar game, but not as crisp as the last one.
Yeah, MVP, everyone?
I think Ramsey's for me.
Yeah.
He went 9-0, I believe, that game. Don't know the exact record, but he was I just thought he played really well, and he knows that hero like nobody else.
Yeah, cool with that. Thought he played really well. I thought it was like the whole idea of like the game that they did. It's the same kind of concept as the last one. Play around the Roche. Yeah.
Yep. 9-0-11. Ramses on the Ursa in that game. Well played to him. He is the MVP for our final game of the night. We'll continue wrapping things up, and we'll have Shiva. Actually, do you know what? We'll get some more thoughts from you in just a moment because Shiva is standing by right now with no one. So let's head over to Kiev for the interview with Shiva.
Yes, I'm here. Are we live? Ooh, we are live. Hello. Thank you, Paul. Sitting here with no one from Virtus.pro. No one, first of all, congratulations. That was a very dominant performance. The crowd here goes absolutely crazy for you guys. How does it feel playing in front of them?
Awesome. At all. I don't know what to say anymore. We just won, and crowd was 100% for us.
Does it have any impact on your play, you feel?
Yes, for sure. It always.
It always does. Now, during the group stages, it was actually Lil who said that when you guys were drafting, you didn't take it that seriously because you even said you were playing at 50%. How did your drafting process change for playing on the main stage just now?
How to say it? Same, but a bit... I don't know. I can't answer this question seriously because any team can ban these heroes. So just seriously, at 100% we are playing.
And did you talk to each other for the draft, or is it just one person making all the calls?
No, we all picking. But Solo is making a hard decision, like pick this hero or this. But we are talking with each other, and yeah, we pick heroes as team.
All right, that's good to hear. Now, you guys play super fast Dota 2, like incredibly fast. Even it doesn't even necessarily have anything to do with the heroes. I feel like there's something you guys do that makes you play that fast. How come?
It depends on our playstyle. We are super aggressive team. We love to just crush our enemies at lane stage, and then they can just give up because we got 3 lanes win. We got jungle hero who farmed and no chance to win. That's how we play in Dota. But sometimes, Dota is a moment game, so sometimes it doesn't happen, and we playing like normally with team. Sorry for my bad English, but we're trying to play. Just it's our style at all.
All right, thank you very much. Now it's very late, so I'm going to let you go. You can get some rest and enjoy the victory with your team. And love to see more Virtus.pro on the main stage in a couple of days. Paul, it's back to you.
Indeed, yes, thank you very much, Shiva. Thanks for your hard work today as well. And thank you to no one. Congratulations to Virtus.pro and all the fans in the audience. I know they had an absolute mountain of fans there cheering them on today. It was fantastic to see the scenes there late into the evening. It was well worth the wait if you're a home CIS region fan. Virtus.pro are through to the quarterfinals, and they've done it in some style with a 2-0 victory over IG Vitality. As we said earlier on, potentially a banana skin. I'll just say it more now because it makes Fog laugh. Let's wrap up the last game. Your thoughts on IG Vitality? In terms of where they go next? Again, I don't want to get Ben's video out where they say, don't disband! But these guys aren't going to disband, are they?
I think they showed a lot of weakness, to be honest. I think, like we were talking about, the switching of roles a lot. They just seemed very uncomfortable with a lot of things. I would like to say the nice thing for them was, I think, dogfights in that last game. I thought he was pretty much I guess one of the only positive things actually that had him. He had some really nice burrow strikes that kind of were bringing them back into the game, but overall, they definitely need to have some talks. I don't know about maybe obviously not disband, but definitely talk to each other and be like, something's not right, especially because they're switching things around. You can tell, we can look at it. There's just something's not clicking properly with them. On the other hand, Virtus.pro obviously go home very happy tonight. They'll get a day off as well tomorrow for day 2, and then come back on day 3 for the quarters. It's going to be a bonus for them. They're not used to this kind of special treatment. Boston had to play at 9 o'clock, they said.
Yeah, I mean, I think the extra day is going to give them time to research, especially the team that they're going to face up next, VGJ, and take a look. I mean, they've had a lot of games in DPL, lots of research that they're going to be able to do. Yeah, plenty to look forward to. Are they now your favourites? Have they risen above the crop, or are they, as you said earlier, are they still amongst that top 3 or 4? I'll wait till the end of tomorrow. I think you need to see all the teams play at the main event for me, at least. We haven't seen main event OG yet. OG weren't the team that stood in the group stages, but that's where OG want to be, Secret, EG, Thunderbirds. I feel like until the end of tomorrow, it's hard to say who maybe are the clear front runners. I'll ask you again tomorrow night. Yeah, sure. Done. Easy. And then tomorrow I'll say, you got to wait till after... let's wait till their semis. Because we'll kind of know more. Maybe the morning of the final. We'll probably know at least the top 2 by then. Yeah. We'll know more than that because the bracket has begun to fill itself out, as you can see on the right-hand side. Virtus.pro, 2-0 winners over IGV. Advanced to play Team VGJ. Winners by 2-0 over Digital Chaos. Very disappointing today. IG, though, they came through a tricky game against Mousesports. Looked all right in the first game, looked everything all the way against IG, but then Mousesports came storming back to give them a hard time. Likewise, in the final game of the day, Liquid looking terrible for a game and 10 minutes of the second game, but they also managed to win 2-1. We'll see IG take on Team Liquid in the quarterfinals. There's your playoff bracket then. That's how it looks right now after 4 series today. Let's take a look at the schedule for day number 2 of the main event, where we continue in the round of 16 with 4 more matches. TNC will take on Team Faceless in the all-SEA derby. It is a big game for TNC. They've had a great group stage, but Faceless are their bogey team. Are they going to come unstuck against them again tomorrow? OG will then take on Team Random, a repeat of 2 teams, 2 teams that have won the last 2 majors, in fact. OG winning the Boston Championships
And Team Random, of course, were Wings, winning TI6. Then we have Thunderbirds, formerly DC, clashing against Evil Geniuses. That's also a repeat of the lower bracket at TI6 when Thunderbirds were DC and won that one last time. We'll finish off with Team Secret, the top seed from the group stages, going head-to-head with Brazil's first ever qualifiers for a major, SG Esports. There it is. We've come to the end of our first day of the main event. It has been an exceptionally long day, but a great day of Dota 2 yet again. Plenty of thrills and spills along the way, but in the end, perhaps the 4 teams that went through were the 4 that we predicted here on the panel. We are, after all, experts. We'll leave you with some fluff and stuff. This time, it comes from the hand of Sir Action Slacks, who has been busy all day, faithfully trying to find something for Shiva's birthday.
Jeez, do you want to sit? Well,
No,
maybe
no,
we should
no.
sit. Yes.
No, it won't go too fast, believe me.
Woo! How can you get sick of this? This is exciting. This is a roller coaster. I pay good money for this at home. Hello, Tanya.
Hello, Sex.
You know, today is a very special day, Tanya.
Why?
The most special day of the year. It's the greatest day ever. It's Shiva's birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I know. A very special day for me. Every day I get Shiva a hideous gift for her birthday once a year. And this year, since we're here in beautiful Kiev Major, I figure give me a tour around the town and we go find her something ugly to give her. What do you
Ugly?
think?
No, I want to give her something very beautiful.
She likes ugly things. You want to have a competition?
Yeah.
All right, you find her something, I'll find her something, we'll see what she likes more.
I will win in this competition. No chances for you. So
There's
sorry.
no way. Women don't know what other women like.
What?
Women know. You have no idea. Trust me. Okay, we're gonna go find out. But first, tell me a little bit about this area. What's with the eggs?
So we had an Easter just last weekend.
Yeah.
So the kids and the people draw this beautiful Easter eggs and put it in here on the square near the Michael's Golden Cathedral.
That is
so
beautiful.
everyone can see, and you see the names of people who did that. So this Easter egg is from Kharkiv. It's the city on the west of on the east of Ukraine.
Also, each one is a city. A
No.
city? Oh, okay. Oh,
So
whatever.
it's from Kharkiv. It's the city.
Oh, it's from a person from that city. Yeah,
Yes.
good enough. So tell me about this cathedral. It's absolutely gorgeous. Do you know anything
it's
about the
very
golden?
beautiful. It has, it's called Golden, and
Yeah,
I don't know really a lot about it, sadly, but it's beautiful. It's one of the main sightseeings in Kiev, so
I
you
can't
probably...
believe. Yeah, it's right in the middle of the city.
Yeah, we have a lot of them here in the city. There's another one behind the camera.
Wow.
Maybe you'll see it later. But
You know what's even more gorgeous than these beautiful cathedrals?
Shiva?
No, God, no. Gift shops. Let's go find something, all right?
Let's go.
Money spending.
Okay, we are now at the Ukrainian traditional market where you can find all kinds of weird and traditional stuff and some really ugly presents for Shiva also.
This is absolutely incredible. What? There's so much stuff here. There's so much like old war memorabilia just hanging out.
Yeah, because it's our history, you know?
Oh my God. Okay, we gotta find some stuff. So what do you want to get her? What are you looking
I
for?
wanted to get her something pretty, you know, girly stuff.
my God.
Traditional, so I already know what I want to buy here.
Okay, what
It's
do you
called Venok.
Vinok.
Venok.
Okay, what is that?
Можно у вас приобрести? I already chose one.
Okay.
Можно который
You ruined the
желто-блакитный.
illusion that we weren't originally here.
Yeah, so there's,
That's what you're getting, Shiva?
Yeah.
A Vinok?
you know, yeah, it's with colors of our national flag.
Oh.
So blue and yellow. So I think this is really pretty.
That is pretty. It's very girly.
Yeah.
She's gonna hate that.
Why?
There's no way. No. Shiva's not into that. I'll show you what
Okay,
Shiva's
we'll see,
into.
we'll see.
All right, we'll see. I know Shiva.
surprise
I've
me.
worked with her for years, and I'm the only guy in the Dota 2 community that actually has a girlfriend. So I know what she thinks like. And this is what she's after. She wants one of these big, crazy curmudgeon maces. What the heck are these things?
So this is a symbol of, you know, Ukrainian power. These
yeah.
Our kings back in 1,000 years ago, they get these things like they're, I don't know what they did with them. Just
I think I know what they did with them, girl. These things have spikes on them. These things are heavy. I know what the kings did.
Hit someone.
Come out of line, pop!
Yes.
It's Ukrainian way. All right, I'm getting one of these. One of these is going to be absolutely perfect. And a few more things. How much money do you have?
I don't have any
That's
money.
Fine. Pay for it. Okay, we had a good time at the market. I think it's time to give Shiva her gifts.
What?
I said, we're gonna give Shiva her gifts.
Great, my gift is better than yours.
I don't think so, woman. That's cool.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it's fine.
Liquid GH.
Drop it, please drop it.
Well, you mentioned earlier that you feel ready right now for going into the main event.
Yeah,
right?
we definitely feel ready. We have everything set up. We're ready. We talked about some stuff, went over our gameplay and what we need to do to win the game. And
You have to sing. When I should start singing, when I will already be there.
Well, I'm hoping for the best for you, GH, and of course also Team Liquid for the main event. Good luck, and thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
thank you for having me.
С днем рождения тебя! С днем рождения тебя! С днем рождения, Шиммер! С днем рождения тебя!
Hey, sit down, Cheever! Sit down!
Have a seat, Cheever.
Have a seat. It's your birthday, please. Bring her the platter, Cheever. A little gift from the PGO boys.
All right.
And the rest, please enjoy. Hooray.
Holy crap.
Make a wish and blow on
There's no candle?
good old Law. Blow on G-Law's face. I don't get it.
Slightly awkward. I'll take the cake instead.
Okay, there you go. All right.
you.
Yes, enjoy.
What is that?
Before she gets that cake, take the cake away from her.
Why?
We have something very important. We have some gifts for you.
Oh, what?
Yes, please.
Is this a content piece?
No. But I need you to open up those gifts there. Take a look. Show them off.
Ooh.
Right this way.
All right.
Come over. Oh,
It's a crown. Tonya, please.
now that is a traditional.
It's not a crown, it's a traditional, you know, thing of Ukrainian girls wore it like century ago. So this is a very traditional Ukrainian thing for all the beautiful girls here.
Whoa. In the
Thank
traditional
you.
Ukrainian colors, might we add?
Yeah,
Okay. And
Good.
this?
Colors of our flag.
Oh, God.
That is a traditional mace for kings of Ukraine and
This is actually
queens.
pretty scary.
It's very sharp and heavy. And it's for
careful with that.
rulers. It's a sign of power. Yes.
It's me.
Yeah.
Crown. You got this.
So which one do you like more?
This one.
In your face, Tanya!
I knew you were gonna
I
win
told
this.
you! She's sick! She's sick!
Got it.
Sorry.
Years will go, but she will look at this thing and she will see her pretty self like it's a memory of Ukraine.
Sure,
so
sure,
enjoy.
sure.
This is also a memory of
I told you! Disturbed
Not a
individual.
very positive one, but still.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Sheila.
birthday.
Thank you, guys.
You're
Really
welcome.
appreciate it. Can I take this home? You will the airport let me take this home?
That's depends on how hard you can hit, Cheever.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna try. Or go
All
for
right.
it.
Happy birthday. Thank
Thank
you. Bye.
A game changer is that moment when you see something others don't. It's the big idea that causes a dramatic shift in the landscape. It's the place where preparation meets passion. We think passion is a journey, not an it, but a how. How far have we come? How can we tell a better story? How can we reach the most people? How far can we go? The game changes us, and we, in turn, change it. We wouldn't have it any other way. Are you part of this journey? PGL, Innovation, Passion, Esports.